Hello, welcome to the online information session for the Northeast LRT Public Art Opportunity. I am Caroline Lowen. My pronouns are she, her. I work for Calgary Arts Development, and I am the Public Art Project Lead Supervisor for the Northeast LRT project. I will be working with a CADA project lead, supporting the selected artist throughout their work on this project. The purpose of this session is to provide an overview of the Northeast LRT Extension Public Art Opportunity and the role of the artist being integrated in the design team. We will also go over the application process. We will not be going over every detail in the project application, and there is a lot more information in the guidelines, so please make sure to read through them carefully before applying. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinstsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksika-Sitapi, the Blackfoot people, comprising the Siksika, Kainai, and Piikani nations, as well as Treaty 7 signatories, the Tsuut'ina Nation, and the Yahoo Nakota, Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Goodstoney First Nations. Today this land is home to Métis Nation Districts 5 and 6, as well as many First Nations and Inuit from across Turtle Island. We acknowledge that there has been art, music, dance, storytelling, and ceremony on this land since time immemorial, and it is in the spirit of this land and its people that we do our work. For your reference, here is my contact information and the contact information for Helen Hu, CADA's Public Art Coordinator. This slide will be up at the end as well if you would like to take a screenshot or write it down. You can reach out to me with any questions about the project, your application, or for more information about Calgary Arts Development. And you can contact Helen for technical help with submitting your application. We're going to start with some information about Calgary Arts Development, or CADA, and the Public Art Program. CADA has created a strategic framework that supports and nurtures diverse art and artist-led city building to foster not only a resilient and sustainable arts ecosystem, but to achieve a truly equitable, inclusive, and accessible city where everyone belongs. Our overarching vision is a creative, connected Calgary through the arts where everyone is empowered to live a creative life. Our mission? The arts have the power to create vibrant communities and bring together diverse voices and perspectives. We support artists in the development of their skills and the expression of their creativity. Calgary Arts Development supports and strengthens the arts to benefit all Calgarians. As the city's designated Arts Development Authority, we invest and allocate municipal funding for the arts provided by the City of Calgary, and leverage these funds to provide additional resources to the arts sector. Our programs support hundreds of arts organizations, individual artists, and artist collectives in Calgary. As the Arts Development Authority, we are uniquely positioned to deliver and create a public art program built upon our knowledge of and strong relationships with the arts community. As of 2021, Calgary Arts Development has been the operator of Calgary's public art program. We are creating a public art program that is engaging, relevant, and accountable. This program must reflect the rich diversity of the city, including connecting with Indigenous voices to tell the past, current, and future stories of Calgary Mohkinstsis. Our intent is to foster meaningful connections and dialogue between artists and communities, utilizing art in the public realm to reflect Calgary's diverse stories and values. CADA's public art role is commissioning new artworks through open competition, like this one, programming, for example, youth programs, artist development, and temporary exhibitions, and building public art awareness and activating the public art collection. While the city is responsible for conservation and maintenance of the public art collection, and activation of the public art collection. Calgary Arts Development is committed to working with communities that have been historically underserved. We are guided by the core principles of equity, diversity, inclusion, and accessibility. We are committed to the process of eliminating institutional racism, ableism, and barriers in our programs, policies, and practices by centering the creativity and leadership of those communities most impacted by structural inequities. Our commitment outlines a vision for a city where Calgarians of all backgrounds can access, create, and participate in art as part of their everyday lives. The 4 pillars of this vision are equity, creating equitable access for Calgarians who have had less opportunity for philanthropic and governmental support due to systemic barriers that exist in our community. Diversity, supporting artistic endeavors that reflect our diverse community and in supporting the work of artists of diverse backgrounds. Inclusion, engaging a wide variety of voices and perspectives in shaping and furthering the work that we do. Accessibility, eliminating systemic barriers that prevent people who encounter physical, mental, or cultural barriers to spaces, programs, and services from participating in the arts. In order to honor lived experience and the intersectional and unique experiences of different people and communities, we follow a nothing about us without us policy. So if you are creating work about a specific community, that community needs to be actively engaged and consulted, and there needs to be a clear, intentional, and reciprocal relationship. Aligning with our commitment to EDIA, we will strive to work with applicants in a one-size-fits-one way. If you have any concerns about how your practice or concept fits into our application process, please reach out. There are things that we will not tolerate, such as hate speech, cultural appropriation, and active exclusionary behavior. So please be aware that applications or concepts that contain this will not be accepted. CADA is committed to open, fair, and transparent processes. We have a policy available for anyone who may need support to apply to this program, the Applicant Support and Accessibility Policy. We will work one-on-one with applicants who experience barriers to access to develop accommodations that suit their unique abilities and situations, and continually seek to learn and address inequities in our programs and processes. We can provide funds to support application assistance. For example, we can help cover the cost of translations of written materials into other languages, including ASL, transcription of verbal meetings or audio and video recordings into a written document, language interpretation for meetings, and grant writing assistance. If you are looking for assistance or have questions about eligibility, please reach out. You can email the Public Art team at publicart@calgaryartsdevelopment.com, or you can reach out to me directly. Please reach out as early as you can so we can provide appropriate support. Booking translators, for example, can take a week or more. Our application assistance program requires a one-time approval. So if you are granted an accommodation for this application, you will be pre-approved for any future application with CADA. If you are facing any barriers to complete or submit an application, reach out to us and we can help. You do not need to tell us specific details about the barriers you are experiencing, only that you are looking for accommodations. Here's a quick overview of the Northeast LRT project timeline. Applications are accepted until November 19th, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We encourage submitting your application as early as possible. Late submissions will not be accepted unless you have requested a deadline extension in alignment with our deadline extension policy available on our website. We will shortlist up to 4 applicants for an interview with the assessment committee and interested parties to be conducted at the end of January. The successful applicant will be notified in early February 2026. Unsuccessful applicants will be notified by email. The selected artist will be expected to begin working with the design team in early 2026. Our project outlook for this work will continue through to the end of 2026. CADA is seeking a professional artist or artist team to join the City of Calgary's design team for the proposed Blue Line Light Rail Transit Northeast Extension Station Plaza at 60th Street and 88th Avenue Northeast. The intention of bringing an artist into the design team at this stage of the project is to facilitate the development of artworks to be integrated into the station plaza. Embedding an artist in the design team at this stage can change perspectives and create multiple opportunities and a variety of implementations for public art. This opportunity is very open in terms of media. The station plaza is the physical base, but the artist concept may creatively extend beyond the boundaries of the site, for example, with sound, light, or other ephemeral media. As approval of funding is not yet in place for the construction of this station, this is an opportunity to envision and design a public art concept. There will not be any actual construction of an artwork in this phase of the project. As the site is not yet designed and the artist's involvement is to participate in the full process of ideation and conception with the city's design team made up of engineers and architects. This will be a collaborative process, with the artist leading with their vision and being open to the team's expertise and problem-solving suggestions, working towards a feasible design based on the physical parameters of the site. Creating a truly integrated work is a complex process with many moving parts and technical considerations. Therefore, we are looking for applicants who have experience and openness with working as part of a design team. The next two slides are images of the site. These images are also available as part of the guidelines. The intention of this project is to design an integrated public artwork that is site-specific and responsive to the context of the station within Ward 5 communities, considers all potential perspectives and interactions related to the ways people travel through the area, considers public space thoughtfully and creatively, considers Calgary's variable climate, engages the public, makes accessibility of the artwork central to the design, rewards short and long-term engagement, encourages creative discourse, and contributes to the public art landscape of Calgary. Pending approval of funding for the LRT extension, the artist's contract may be extended for the full process of realizing the public artwork, including completion of detailed design, fabrication, and installation. Because the funding has not yet been confirmed, we do not yet have a budget for this second phase. These are the basic expectations for the artist's role on this project. Participate with the design team in collaborative co-design of an integrated site-specific public artwork. Lead meaningful engagement with community as part of research towards creating an artwork that is responsive to this place and the people who use it. Work with the team to schedule collaborative meetings led by the artist, including introducing their practice, leading a design discussion, sharing research, presenting results of community engagement, and holding a design session. Participate in 1-hour meetings every other week for design updates. Visit the site and join at least one in-person meeting with members of the design team early in the design process. This initial visit will be paid for by Calgary Arts Development. Participate in additional site visits as needed for community engagement and concept development. Participate in meetings to discuss materials and concepts with the City of Calgary's conservator to ensure longevity of the artwork. Design a new site-specific artwork that considers the area's dual context as both a local community hub and a transit hub, engaging both local residents and those passing through. Submit 90% detailed design drawings by the end of the year-long project, representing a highly developed design stage where detailed plans, specifications, and materials are almost finalized, requiring only minor adjustments before submission for fabrication or installation. We have selected a handful of projects to give you a sense of completed artworks that correspond in some ways with the Northeast LRT project vision and potential. These are intended to give just an idea of what might be possible in terms of integration, placemaking, media, and creative use of space. The first 6 are artworks that have been created as part of Calgary's LRT system. The others are examples of artworks that have been created in other cities that can help to provide examples of similar projects. These examples are shared to provide context and to illustrate possibilities, not to prescribe an approach. Artists are encouraged to think creatively and propose original concepts. On the screen now, The Color of Snow is an LRT project located in Calgary that is integrated into a station and overpass. Roger That is another project at a Calgary LRT station that uses light-based media to create a highly visible artwork. Transit Story was built for a C-train platform in Calgary. Luminous Crossings bookends the downtown free fare zone. Bridge Abridged is an integrated work within a pedestrian walkway in Calgary. Recollections, Topiary, and Topiary Quilts is located throughout different areas of LRT stations in Northeast Calgary. As If It Were Already Here, this is an example of a work from Boston where an artist was embedded as part of a design team. Verdant is another work where an artist was embedded as part of his design team, this time for a pedestrian bridge. Vauxhall Bridge uses augmented reality to create an immersive experience on the underside of a bridge. Superkill Park is a more physically immersive experience with the artist again embedded as part of a design team. Harbor Fog, Stilled Boys Dream of a Lost Harbor is a site-responsive and interactive installation integrated into the site's construction, where the artist was embedded directly into the design team. The artist fee for the year-long process of community engagement, working with the design team, and developing a 90% detailed design concept is $75,000. This opportunity is open to local, national, and international professional artists or artist teams. We encourage submissions from artists who are typically underrepresented, including BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, and people of color, LGBTQIA2S+ identifying individuals, deaf persons, and persons with disabilities. If you have any questions about eligibility or accessibility accommodations, please reach out directly to me. Applications should include the following: a letter of interest. Why does this opportunity appeal to you? What experience do you have working within cross-disciplinary teams? What is your approach to and experience with community engagement? What is your understanding of public space and the potential for impact through creative design? And what methods do you use to navigate conceptual and practical discord with team members and/or community in your work? We also ask that you submit an artist CV that indicates demonstrated relevant experience in completing ambitious, creative, and engaging art projects. Experience participating on a design team for public infrastructure, or experiences that demonstrate the ability to collaborate with cross-disciplinary teams and with interested parties who do not have arts knowledge or understanding. Past work with meaningful community engagement. You are also asked to submit media or images. These should be examples of ambitious, creative, and engaging art projects similar in scale to this opportunity. We also ask for 2 references. Letters are not required at this time, only names and contact information. Assessors will not be using the references for evaluation at this time. References will only be contacted if an applicant is shortlisted for interview. Applications to the program will be reviewed by an independent assessment committee made up of artist peers, community members, and subject matter experts. The membership of the peer assessment committee will be chosen through public nominations and staff expertise. Assessment committees are chosen to represent the broad diversity of Calgary and its artistic communities, including but not limited to artistic discipline, gender, sexuality, age, religion, beliefs, nation, physical and neurological identities, etc. Assessment committees are held to the CADA group agreements, a commitment to open, generous, and respectful evaluations and communications. You can read through the group agreements on our website. Anyone can ask to participate on a Calgary Arts Development Assessment Committee by completing the assessor nomination form online or by emailing publicart@calgaryartsdevelopment.com. The assessment committee will read and score expressions of interest, applications through to January 2026. This will be a 2-stage process, where the assessment committee will identify a short list of up to 4 artists to be interviewed. Assessors will evaluate applications based on how the submissions respond to the application questions and score them for a possible total of 100 points. The letter of interest with 5 questions for 50 points, artist CV for 20 points, and images for 30 points. As mentioned, 2 references are required, but they will not have a point value. The shortlisted applicants will be invited to participate in an interview with the assessment committee, the CADA project lead, and representatives from the city's project team. Questions will be provided in advance and will focus on the artist or artist team's previous work, methods of working with integrated design and teamwork, and their approach and aspirations for the project. Shortlisted applicants will be paid an honorarium of $1,000 to participate in the interview stage. Once all interviews are complete, the committee will make a final recommendation for the selected artist. Leadership at CADA and the City of Calgary will review the decision before confirming the selected artist or artist team. Notifications will be sent out the following week. Let's get into the process to apply online and the online application in greater detail. Applications are accepted through our online application interface. You will be able to access the interface through the Grant Login button in the top right corner of the CADA homepage or at calgaryartsdevelopment.smartsimple.ca. I'm going to pass it over to my colleague Helen Hu, who's going to do a live run-through of the registration, and she'll walk you through the application process.
In this video, we will go into the process of how to apply online and the online application in greater detail. Applications are accepted through our online application interface, SmartSimple. You will be able to access the interface through the Login button in the top right corner of the CADA homepage, located here. Or you can access the SmartSimple platform by typing in calgaryartsdevelopment.smartsimple.ca in your web browser. I'm going to be doing a live run-through of the registration process and go through the application process in SmartSimple. While going over the technical aspects, I will also go over the application requirements in a little more detail. Unless you have already done so, applicants must register as individual artist or artist collective to apply. To create an account, you will need to click on Register from the home page. Select the registration option that applies to you. You will need to fill in the fields marked with an asterisk, as these are mandatory fields to create an account. Once you have completed all of the necessary fields, click Submit, and you should receive an email with a link to set up your password. Completed setting up your password, log into your SmartSimple account, and the next step will be setting up your profile. To navigate to your profile, there are two different ways that you can do so. You can click on My Profile, or you can click on the icon in the top right corner and select My Profile. From here, this will take you to your profile, which will ask you for some details, including your years of practice, whether you're interested in being considered as an assessor, your artist resume and CV, and any links that you would like to share. When you have completed setting up your account on SmartSimple, you can find a list of all open opportunities by locating the Open Opportunities icon from the home page. If you click on Open Opportunities, it will take you to a list of all opportunities that are currently open. You'll notice that there's a description for each opportunity, the deadline, and a button where you can download a copy of the program guidelines. When you are ready to apply for the program, click on the Apply button. This is what the application form will look like once you click on Begin Application. The first tab is Contact Information, and all of the information that you see here will be automatically imported from your artist profile. If you need to make any changes to these fields, you will have to navigate back to Home and update the fields by accessing your profile. You will need to click on Update Profile, make any changes that need updating, and once you are ready, you can submit your profile. That will save any changes and import them back to your application. The second tab is Submission Requirements, and this includes the majority of the questions we're asking applicants to respond to. Please respond to the following in your letter of interest. Why does this opportunity appeal to you? What experience do you have working within cross-disciplinary teams? What is your approach to and experience with community engagement? What is your understanding of public space and potential for impact through creative design? What methods do you use to navigate conceptual and practical discord with team members and/or community in your work? For the Images section of the application, please upload a maximum or up to 10 images of completed artwork. Acceptable file formats include JPEG, JPG, GIF, PNG, and BMP. You may drag and drop your files into the Upload sink here, or you can click on Browse Files to select the files from your Finder on your computer. The images in the photo gallery will be displayed according to the order they are uploaded. Once you have uploaded your images, make sure to include the details for each image or artwork by clicking on the pencil icon located just below the image. Here you will be able to include information such as title, date the artwork was completed, size, medium, and a brief description, as well as a location. Once you have completed all of those details, click Save. Please provide the name and contact information for 2 references as well as your relationship to them. Letters are not required at this time, only names and contact information. We will not contact references without your knowledge. Within your application, you should see a series of buttons that include Withdraw, Save Draft, Submit, and Save and Validate. Remember to click on Save Draft located here every so often as you're working through your application to prevent any information from being lost. Save and Validate will check your application for any fields that are incomplete and require attention prior to being submitted. When you feel ready to submit your application, click on the Submit button. You'll be redirected to this page that indicates that your submission was successful, and you should receive an email notification that says the same.
Some application tips. Be sure to review the entire guidelines. Contact us as early as possible if you require assistance. Make sure your SmartSimple artist profile and CV are up to date. In your letter of interest, address all the points required and found under the Program and Criteria Scoring tab. Use plain language whenever possible. Provide clear images and media files that demonstrate your unique style, approach, and artistic skills to highlight your ability to succeed in this project. Only provide your own artwork and credit other artists on collaborative projects. Demonstrate capacity, awareness, and potential. Have someone read and review your application to help uncover gaps or where you can be more clear. That's it for the info session today. Sign up for our weekly newsletter if you want to get up-to-date news and information from Calgary Arts Development. I would also encourage you to sign up for our artist directory. Artists can submit their information, including a write-up, photos, and video, to our artist directory. Organizations, including CADA, use the directory to search for artists for projects. Calgary Arts Development is committed to fair, open, and transparent processes. If you have any questions, want help with feedback on your application, or if it's your first time applying, please don't hesitate to contact me as early as you can to ensure I can provide the best support possible. I can provide feedback on your application up to 10 days before the application deadline. And as a reminder, applications close on November 19th, 2025.